Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Mythic Mobs tutorial. Today we are working in 1.14.4, or really any 1.14 version to be honest. And today we're going to be going over how to skin a mob. Now, one of the nice things about 1.14 is we no longer need the skinner or boss skin plugins. That's right, we don't need either of them. Those are history unless you're still using 1.13. And welcome to the new age where things actually work. So, to kick it off, I'm going to go ahead and get into the technical aspects because there are some versions of the plugin that are very specific that we're going to have to work with, but I will show you guys my files so that way we can all get through this together. So starting off, this will only work if you paid for the latest version of Lib's Disguises. That's because any versions before that are only 1.13 prior. So the latest version that you pay for is 1.14, so if you have not paid for it, I will not be providing a resource because I am not going to cheat the plugin author out of his plugin money, and yeah, so assuming you did buy the plugin, let's go ahead and show you how to set it up. So first, you're going to have your plugins file here, or folder. Since I'm using a local server, this is what I'm going to see. However, your server hosts will have stuff set up for you, such as this. So here I'm looking at all my plugins. Now first, there's a version of the plugin you're going to want. It's going to come up as libsdisguises.jar. To get to that, you're going to go to this Lib's Disguises spigot page. You'll see here that he has some notes here saying what all you're going to need. For 1.14, you're going to go ahead and click here. Next, as far as I'm concerned, you're going to need a specific build number. So over here on the side, you should see build number 299. Once you're ready, go ahead and download that. Since I already have it downloaded, I already have it added to my plugins. Once you have version 299 added to your plugins, next, you are going to need the paid version. So we're going to go ahead and go back to the Lib's Disguises here and close that out. Here you can actually download it if you have paid for it. If you haven't, it'll say like pay $7.99 now or something like that. Since I already paid for it, it just says download now, which it is going to be 9.8.2. Once you download that, you're going to go back into your plugins folder. Next, you're going to go to Lib's Disguises, and you're going to go ahead and drag it and drop it right into this folder. Do note it's not in anywhere specific. However, it is within the Lib's Disguises folder inside the plugins folder. So, just to reiterate, plugins, Lib's Disguises, Lib's Disguises 9.8.2.jar. After you got that working, Lib's Disguises should work on your server now. If I could spell, it would work. So as you can see, here I am. Hello everyone. Oh god, if I zoom in. You can't even see me. Okay, but anyway, it is working. So next, we're going to go ahead and talk about disguising your mobs. So to disguise your mobs, first off, you're going to want to have a mob set up already. As you can see, I got my own base mob set up here. Next, you are going to create the disguise. If you remember way back from my Year of the Pig video, I gave you guys a certain code to use to put in your disguises file. Well, you're going to need that code again. So first, we're going to go ahead and add the mob name here. This is going to be relevant to whatever your mob boss is, or mob. I have him called Painter. So right here before the colon, I'm going to have the same thing, Painter. Next is your mob name. You're going to want to go ahead and put it in parentheses, or sorry, those aren't parentheses, those quotation marks, double quotation marks. And I'm going to copy and paste my display name because it's not going to be important for me to have. One thing to note is that a display name, even with color codes, can only be 16 or 15 characters long. So I got to get rid of the rest of this. And that's going to spell out paint in a rainbow color. So next, you're going to have this little line over here, skin signature, texture value. So how do we get those for our skins? Well, that's easy. First, you're going to want to find a skin that you want to use. I already have one on my desktop that I would like to upload, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. You're going to want to go to mineskin.org in order to upload and get your skin texture and values. So when you're on mineskin.org, go ahead and select file. That was, wow, okay. There's a few different ways you can do this. However, we're gonna do it this way first. You're gonna go ahead and pick on the skin file you want. Mine is called Painter3. Go ahead and hit open. As you can see, your skin file will appear here. If you did not want to do it that way and you had a skin on your username, you're going to type in your Minecraft username here, or whoever's skin that you're wanting to use. But since that's not the case for me, I'm going to go and reselect my file. After that, you can give it a name to find it easier, especially if you set it to public. However, it is not necessary. Once you have your skin uploaded there, you're going to go ahead and click Generate. You'll get this loading bar, and you'll get this on the side. Here we have everything we need, as well as some very nice little clipboards that'll automatically copy it for us. This is important if you're using plugins such as MMO items and you're making a skull based on a specific texture. But for mythic mobs, we will not need this. First is our texture data. Go ahead and copy that. Now some of the words have been switched. It used to be texture value, now it's texture data. It's not too significant of a switch, so I'm sure you guys can figure that out. You're going to go ahead and highlight that, including these little less than and greater than signs, and you're going to go ahead and paste it in there. Go ahead and scroll left, and here we have skin signature now. Go ahead and highlight that, go back to the website, copy the texture signature, and paste it over it. Once you're done, go ahead and hit save. Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and do a reload. I'm going to go ahead and get out of that so you can see. Okay, so here we go. M spawn Painter. Well, why isn't he disguised yet? That's because there's a new way of doing things. So since Lib's Disguises now works directly with mythic mobs, we need to add the disguise to our mob file. So what we're going to do, we're going to go into our mob file. We're going to type in disguise. Next is type, and the nice thing here is now we can type the direct name of the disguise, which we determined was going to be Painter. So we're going to go ahead and copy that, or whatever your disguise name is. We're going to go back to our mob file, and we're just going to put it right here after type. Go ahead and hit save. We're going to reload our mobs here. And as you can see, he just kind of automatically disguised himself. If you don't have a mob, don't freak out. It will still work even if you spawn in a new one. For example, if I can type the command right, I just spawned him in, and here he is. He is now disguised. No use of the plugin skinner or any weird offset brand plugins like that. Just mythic mobs and Lib's Disguises. I hope this tutorial has helped you guys out a bunch. It definitely was a big shock to me to finally get it working in 1.14, and I'm so happy that it is. Actually, one more thing I need to go over. I forgot to mention, and I apologize. Listed on the Lib's Disguises webpage, you can see that they also included the latest version of Protocol Library. You will also need that. So when you click on this, you'll come here, download it, and just upload it to your plugins. It's all you have to do for Protocol Library, nothing fancy. But it is crucial that you have it because this will not work without it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to see what you come up with in the future. Guys, this is just such a huge deal, and I am super duper thankful to one of my subscribers for helping me out, because this is something I've been fighting for a long time, as I know a few fellow server owners and friends have been as well. But now that it's finally working, ladies and gentlemen, we can resume our disguises without the use of third-party plugins. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see what you come up with in the future.